Day. You know, everybody had a mother, didn't they?
Yes.
Somewhere, everybody had a mother. So you guys, y'all make it work. Here goes everything. You guys are part of the core, ain't you? Y'all been here forever. All you mothers, we thank y'all so much. A mother's, it's a lot of responsibility put on them. You know, a lot of things are counted on. Let me read y'all, I'll tell y'all this, I'm going to read y'all some stuff. Yeah, my mom, she taught me that if you had a godly mother, you better thank God for her. One that took you to church. One that made you go to church when you didn't want to go to church. Anybody ever have that happen? You didn't want to go, but mom took you. You're going to get ready, you're going to go, you know. Or else, you know, when I get back, wouldn't know when I get back. If you went, you sitting in church, you start misbehaving, who was the one that pinched you? Or hit you or elbowed you? Mom. Making sure that you were watching, making sure you know that you was listening. Why? Because mom loved you that much. She wanted to make sure that you heard what God has got in store for you. Now, how many mothers taught their children to pray? Y'all teach your children to pray? I hope so. My mom taught me how to pray too. She said, you better pray to God that stain comes out. Or I'm going, no, she was honest. I learned how to pray. Because I knew when she started saying that, I better make sure that stain was going to disappear. You know, my mom gave me a great idea. She's talking about imagination. You know, just what can happen next. She'd always say, if you ever do that again, just imagine what I'm going to do to you. And I'm like, oh, Lord. You know, what's up next? Did your mom teach y'all how to anticipate things? For things that's coming? You know? Of course they did, you know. My mom was great at it. She'd say, oh, just wait till your daddy gets home. And boy, I just would wait. I didn't want to wait too long. I was hoping he'd hurry up and get there because I hated the wait. I hated how things happen. My mom taught me how to count. Did y'all's mom teach y'all how to count? You know, open up the books and teach you, you know. Always teach you how to count, especially to 3. She'd say, this better get done by the time I count to 3. Or that's it.
Yes.
And then we'll go back to anticipation and imagination. What's going to happen if I don't?
That's right.
You know? But she'd teach you how to count. Taught you all kind of good stuff, how to read, you know. Hey, I like that one. It says, did your mom ever teach you about the medical science? You know, your mom was a doctor most of the time. You didn't even realize it. You know, she'd tell you, if you keep crossing your eyes like that, they're going to get stuck. How she knew that, I don't know. But she had this special power, too. Did your mom have this? Something would see your hair sticking up, or if something was on your face.
She'd say, yes.
That spit would take off anything. That hair would stay down better than, you know, all set hairspray. If mom spit on it, it worked. It was just a magic potion. And then she'd teach me things that, she'd teach me to believe in the impossible. She really would be sitting at the dinner table, you know, and she'd say, hey, Jeff, just shut your mouth and eat your supper. And I'm saying, how can I shut my mouth and eat, you know? Because she would teach me these things, you know. We would work, we all finally get through with it. Let's see what else. I wrote down a couple more things she taught me. She taught me about life. How life and death make a complete circle. Y'all all heard that saying, the circle of life. Yeah. You know, we come into this world, we live it, we pass it on, you know. My mom taught me about the circle of life. She told me, she said, I brought you into this world, I can take you out. Plain and simple. She taught me how this kind of stuff worked. She was a very, very a virtuous woman. She was a great woman in my eyes. One of the best moms. I told her the other day, I'm actually the blessed one because I had a mom who believed in God and taught God and who believed in morals and values. I was raised up in that kind of house and I was blessed. You know, she's like, you know, so she, to me, I call her a blessed woman. And I told her, I said, but you know, she's like, I said, you're blessed and that's why I'm blessed. In the Bible, we're talking about Solomon then was talking about the virtuous woman. It says, who can find the virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies.
Yes.
Far above rubies. Man, you guys, y'all moms, y'all got it yours. So how can we afford, I mean, how do we know what to go get you for Mother's Day? Because you're already rated above jewelry. You know what I'm saying? So y'all can't hold it against us when we don't buy you jewelry because y'all are better than it. More precious than jewels. Man, that's awesome. That says something, especially back in these days, because what did they do? They lived off of the trade, and they lived off, that's how they made their living, was to sell these kind of things. And here this is more precious than even what it would take for me to be able to live off of. She seeks wool, flax. She works willingly with her hands. How many of y'all have worked? My grandmother used to sew. If it could be sewn, she could sew it. Man, she could work with those hands. This should be in the garden. Man, should be whatever. Working with those hands, always making sure that she was doing something to provide for those that she loved. The day that she was killed in a car accident, the day that she was killed, she had done retired out. She was making or had just finished all the alterations on like a wedding dress and the whole wedding party. Always doing something to help for others. That's a virtuous woman. What is virtue anyways? It's conforming to moral and ethical principles about everything. That's what virtue is. It says she's like the merchant ship. She brings food from afar. You notice how Mom could round up food no matter what? You know, you go in there and you look in the cabinet, man, there ain't nothing here. Next thing you know, there's a 7-course meal on the table. Mom, you can do it. And you guys are on it. How y'all doing, I don't know. Send me your secrets. We'll get rich. It says she rises while it's yet night and giveth meat to her household, and then a portion to the handmaidens. She gets up and she makes sure everybody is taken care of. She considers a field, buys it with the fruit of her hands, and she plants a vineyard. In other words, she prepares for the future. She makes sure that everything is set so that she can prepare, so that those that she prepares for will be taken care of. It says she layeth her hands to the spindle and the hands of the distaff. She stays busy. She works constantly. She stretches out her hand to the poor. She feedeth the needy. She is not afraid of the snow for her household, for all her household are clothed with scarlet. It doesn't matter what's going on in the world. You know, it doesn't matter what's going on. Did Mom always take care of them? Did Mom always, I know you as moms, didn't y'all always take care of those little babies, take care of them? It didn't matter the world. That could have been back off in our days growing up. Cold. I know y'all had even, like I said, World War II veteran hat over here, you know. Y'all guys had gone through the war. But Mom made sure, don't worry about the war, honey. Don't worry about the war. We're here. We're good. Moms take care. They worry so the kids don't have to, right? And it says she gives strength and honor and her clothing, and she will rejoice. She opens up her mouth with wisdom, and in her tongue is the law of kindness. If you ever wanted to know something, you know, you need something, that word of wisdom, that word of help, where'd you go? You went to Mom. You know, you go to dads, and dads can tell you, but sometimes with dads, the thing about us is, we're kind of blunt to the point. You know, oh, you want that? This is what it is. Mom can word it a little differently, so that even though you might be getting in trouble or she don't agree with what you're saying, it's like she worded it so that it made sense to you, you know, and worded it so you realize, you know, y'all got this gift. You have this blessing from God. You have this anointing from God that you're called to do, and you guys can just work miracles. You speak with wisdom. A woman who doesn't teach her child about God is not, how shall we say, as the world will say, very ladylike when it comes down to it. The best thing that you could ever do, and I bet you guys do it, is to teach your children about God.
Amen.
Because if you teach them to get a good job, if you teach them to go out there and to have a place in this world, a place of stature, a name for yourself. Oh, look on my check here. I've got all these PhDs, whatever after my name. It doesn't matter. The Bible says you can gain this whole world, but if you lose your soul, what good did he do you? And that's what moms make sure that they teach their children about, number one, the most important thing, God. You make sure you get them to church. You make sure, that you touch them, that you put it in their life. And that way they don't have to worry about what later on in life. They know what was the most important. You know, mom's got a busy thing. They got a lot on their plate. It says her heart is full, but yet her hands are always busy. She looks well to the household. Her children rise up and call her blessed. And man, that's awesome. When your children come up and say, man, you are a blessing, Mom. You are blessed. Everything you seem to touch just multiplies. It's like, y'all remember that story where the woman would spin the straw and everything would turn to gold? Everything she touched just turned it up. That's the way moms are. And it says, favor is deceitful and beauty is vain. But a woman that feareth the Lord shall be praised. So all you moms, you know, sometimes y'all might think, oh, I just didn't get my children. Oh, I just, you know, if you put it in there, the Bible says, put it in there while they're young. It says, when they grow old, they'll not depart from it. Amen. If y'all got it planted and sowed in, now don't get me wrong, sometimes you got to plant deep. Sometimes some of us kids, and you know, y'all might have had to really put it in there 2 or 3 times. But you got it planted. But it says, above all, she fears the Lord. And in Proverbs it says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. You guys put it in there. You got to put it in there first. It says she gives her fruit of her hands and lets her own works praise her in the gates. I guarantee you that's what you guys did. You did what you knew to do. Didn't care if anybody, you know. You knew what you was doing. Didn't matter that you didn't get the praise there, because eventually what you did comes out. That goes being good or bad. Eventually what you do comes out. But the seeds that those mother plants, those good seeds. Back off then, keep in mind all the villages, everybody knew everybody, you gathered and talked. Everybody said, yeah, now that's a good one. There's one over there. I guarantee I can come in and I can say, these are good ones. And I guarantee you the seeds that they plant and the love that they show, that's what a mother does though. I want to read y'all this little poem. I think it's a poem. It's something anyways, a poem or a short story. There was a baby, and the baby asked God, it says, they tell me that you are sending me down to earth. Can you just imagine this little baby talking to God? You're sending me down to earth tomorrow, but how am I going to live there since I'm so small and since I'm so helpless? And God says, your angel will be waiting for you and will take care of you. But the child kept asking, but tell me, here in heaven I don't have anything to do but smile and sing and be happy. And God said, your angel will sing for you and will also smile for you. And you'll feel your angel's love and be very happy. The child thought for a second and asked another question. Well, how am I going to be able to understand when people talk to me if I don't know the language? God said, your angel will tell you the most beautiful and sweet words you'll ever hear with much patience and care. Your angel will teach you how to speak. The baby said, well, what am I going to do when I want to talk to you? God said, your angel will place your hands together and will teach you how to pray. The baby said, who's going to protect me? And God said, your angel will defend you, even if it means risking its own life. But I will always be sad because I won't see you anymore, God. And God said, oh no, your angel will always talk to you about me and will teach you the way to come back to me, even though I will always be next to you. At that moment, there was a great peace that came in heaven, and the voices of heaven could all be heard, and the child hurriedly asked, God, if I'm to leave right now, please tell me what my angel's name is going to be. And God said, you will simply call her Mom. Mom, wow.
Yes.
Man, the love that mom gives that child. Remember the first time that you held that little baby in your arms, you know, been in that belly for a while, all of a sudden that baby comes out and it's in your arms. And that pain that you had to go through was all worth it, wouldn't it? And that pain is nothing compared to the pain that they cause later. And when they break that heart, when they go to try to learn their own way in life, you know. But what God tells us, teach them. Mom, I'm telling you, teach them while they're young. Teach them to pray. Teach them to sing. Teach them to praise. And they said, one day, we'll all be back together again. You guys had this great, awesome chore and responsibility put upon you, you know, to get those children raised up in a godly manner. And I have no doubt that each one of you did the best, absolute best that you could. And for that, guess what God's going to do one day? When we get up to heaven, He's going to say, man or ma'am, I gave you this responsibility. You've done so good. Look at the souls. Look at the children. Do y'all also believe that in heaven there's a whole bunch of, you know, as we say, unborn children, those that were taken by forms of either stillborn or those that were aborted or those that whatever? There's going to be a lot of mothering needs to be done. But you know what? God has blessed each one of you. Put it inside, put deep inside this love to go out and to nurture. I guarantee you right now, man, I like how you're sitting here, you know, with your baby and with your dog. It's just put in there. It's just it's what God gave you, that desire. God gives us, especially our mothers, that desire to love and to share and to just want to hold and bring everybody in. Thank y'all for doing what y'all have done. Thank y'all for being the moms that God has called y'all to be. And men, we'll get our day, don't you worry. We're going to come into your Father's Day. We're going to tear it up. But right now, for the ladies, thank y'all so much. God loves y'all. But just because you don't have a newborn in your arms, doesn't mean God's still not calling you to do that motherly thing, which is to share, to teach, and to love. Like y'all let us come in here today, thank y'all so much. We love y'all so much from the bottom of our heart, man. We love y'all. We cherish the time to come in here. We really do. And the ladies, let's pray real quick. We're going to pray. And then the ladies, of course, from the church, and I'll say, me and you, we do something. But that, you know, the church has got y'all these great gifts the ladies have put together and got organized up. Just as a token, just to show you how much we love y'all. Let's pray. Father, Lord, I thank you for your love. God, I thank you for your grace and your mercy. God, I thank you for a godly mother and grandmother. God, Lord, I'm asking right now, God, that you just touch each and every lady that's in this room. Father, for those that are mothers, God, Lord, for those that maybe their children are still alive, maybe their children passed on. God, Lord, we know that we have the promise that one day we can be with them again in heaven. And oh, what a glorious day that is going to be forever with you, to be forever with our children, to be in that place called heaven, our home. Father, I ask that you just touch, bless each mother in this house, bless them with help, bless them with wisdom, and bless them with peace. Let this week be one of the best weeks that they've had this year. God, we just keep that fire kindled with the love for you. And we're going to give you all the praise and all the glory. For it's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Y'all can come on out now and start giving the gifts around. Oh, here comes Michaela. Now, she's not a mother. But she has a good one. She's got now, you know, this is how you say things, right? Y'all know, you know, one time they used to say used cars, right? And then all of a sudden now it's previously owned and certified. Used to, I don't want no used car, you know, but now it's all cool, right? Now what if we said, Michaela is coming by to give y'all a thorny stem? Y'all be like, what? A thorny stem? But if I said a rose, then everybody would love it, wouldn't they? But think about it, there's a lot more thorns there than there is a flower. It's how we say it. how you show God. You can love God all you want, but it's how you show it and how you say it to everybody else. Everybody getting their flowers? Showers of flowers. Give that one to the youngest member here. There you go.